Yahoo News, 13th of July 2023, Germany strengthens its strategy toward a more aggressive and hegemonic China. China, Germany's largest trading partner, warned that Germany's decision to adopt a harsher stance toward a more assertive China on Thursday could damage cooperation and mutual trust. Germany's position toward China as a partner, competitor, and systemic rival is revised in the document, which seeks to balance the competing interests of the EU's largest economy. Chancellor Olaf Scholz stated that Berlin had reacted to a China that has changed and become more assertive, and that in the future, we want to eliminate crucial dependencies. Foreign Minister Annalena Baerbock claimed that the 64-page blueprint, which the government claimed was a part of the EU's strategy against China, demonstrated Berlin's realistic but not naive nature. The statement, which addresses security policy and economic and scientific collaboration, results from months of debate inside the German government about its approach to China. Scholz, a social democrat, has supported a more pro-trade attitude he terms de-risking but not decoupling, while Baerbock of the Greens has pushed for a more hawkish line and a stronger emphasis on human rights. The new China strategy results from what Baerbock referred to as finding compromises, the lifeblood of democracies, and shows a well-balanced approach between the two within the ruling coalition. On the other hand, Beijing responded angrily, stating that it was not in line with the objective facts, nor with the common interests of the two countries, to regard China as a systemic competitor and rival. It has warned Germany of catastrophic repercussions and economic pressure. An ideological perspective of China, according to a statement from the embassy in Berlin, will only intensify misunderstandings and misperceptions, harm cooperation and mutual trust. Germany's dependence on China has grown in recent years, the German newspaper said, whereas China's dependence on Europe is constantly declining. The administration did not intend to hinder China's economic progress and development. De-risking is also urgently required, it stated. Berlin is watching with concern how China is attempting to shape the international order by the interests of its single-party system and thereby relativize the tenets of the rules-based international order, such as the status of human rights. As an example, Germany noted that it will not be possible to overcome the climate crisis without China and emphasized the possibilities for closer cooperation. Germany has been stepping up attempts to diversify away from China after being affected by its reliance on Russian gas and hurt by supply chain interruptions during the pandemic. Berlin accused China of acting against German interests, placing international security under increasing pressure, and disrespecting human rights in its first national security plan published last month. China was the biggest threat to economic and scientific espionage and foreign direct investments in Germany, according to a report by Germany's intelligence agency. More raw material partnerships are also encouraged under the new approach, particularly in Africa, Latin America, and the Indo-Pacific. The stricter stance has frightened Beijing but also caused concern in Germany's heavily dependent German industry. Corporate behemoths like Volkswagen and Siemens have recently revealed expansion plans that mainly depend on the Chinese market. Scholz has emphasized that Germany wants to diversify its trading partners, and the country is committed to actively broadening our economic relations with Asia and beyond. Baerbock emphasized on Thursday that large corporations would need to bear more of the burden of de-risking and not count on Berlin to step in and offer a rescue plan in the case of an occurrence like a Chinese invasion of Taiwan. The Federation of German Industries praised the policy. Still, it cautioned that its implementation would be crucial due to the danger that businesses' operations in China may be too restricted, thereby unnecessarily impeding the generation of prosperity and innovation. Since the US stepped up its economic sanctions against China, Beijing has feared that the EU, China's largest trading partner, may follow suit. Li Chang warned and threatened Berlin against using de-risking in aim to carry out decoupling during his first trip overseas after being appointed China's prime minister last month.